tell y'all something. Knowledge really is power, y'all. I have spent the past month, when I say the past month, I mean the past month, reading about adult junk, health insurance, house insurance, how to buy a house, how much rent is too much, how much house payment is too much, how to invest, what are mutual funds, how do you diversify your portfolio, what are asset allocations, how to find a real estate agent, all these different things that you probably don't need at this immediate moment, but things that you should know or that should have been taught in the education system that is in America, but we don't for some reason. Yeah, and as someone who's about to start paying for health insurance in about 2.5 months, I need to know how to do that and what all these different things like deductibles, premiums, co-insurance, and out-of-pocket maximums and all this other tomfoolery means, because I don't know. I do now, but I didn't before, and that's the problem. I'm not going to put that on my parents because that's not their job to teach me. But I will put that on the problem of the country, because why didn't you tell me how to pay for insurance? Explain. That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I've been learning about that. So like, as someone who does not read and despises reading with a passion because it's just not the vibe, you gotta do it. You gotta read, you gotta learn, you gotta see what you can bring up from this and learn some things. This bump is crazy. I'm pulling into a McDonald's. Why am I always going to a McDonald's whenever I'm talking to y'all, bro? I'll be at my cousin's in like 20 minutes, and I wanted to get at least 3 of these things recorded, so I guess I'll take a break and record some stuff real quick. But knowledge is really power. I hated having to throw everything to the side. I hated not playing video games. I hated that I couldn't draw, because in the middle of all this reading and tomfoolery, I had so many drawing ideas. I even got some new animation ideas, but I won't be animating until at least I have a second job or a new primary job that takes up more of my time, because I'm trying to pay off all my debt so I can be debt free, so I can save up an emergency fund, so that I can start investing, and so I can just, honestly, as soon as I have my emergency fund, I should be looking for an apartment, but I'm going to be saving and going on vacations because I got some people to see. So, I gotta get a better job first. And then when I have my new schedule, whether it's a new job and I'm adjusting for like a month or so, and then I'm gonna do an animation project or whatever the frick, I don't freaking know. The point is, oh, that's my shadow. I'm like, whose freaking shadow is that? But the point is, knowledge is power. When you know more things, you can do more things. Like, and you'll feel more confident too. Like, no one told me when you read things and you know things, you feel more confident. No wonder people who are so smart are so freaking arrogant, because you know things that other people don't know. I was telling my friend Nate like last week about how to buy a house, and he was like, I don't know how to buy a house. I was like, okay, let me run it through you real quick. I told him all this stuff, and he knew some stuff, but he didn't know all of it. This water is not as cold as when I got it. I've been driving for 40 minutes, so that's probably why. But it's crazy. I know things about insurance. I know things about car insurance. I know that in order to have full coverage on your car, you better have liability, comprehensive, and collision. That's full coverage. Liability, get you that $500,000 liability. $250,000 for personal property, $250,000 for medical bills and lost wages and such. But you want to have $500,000 total. That's a split coverage, but you want to go for overall single coverage, $500,000, $500,000, so that you can just use that whole amount for whatever it needs to be, so you don't have to hit a cap. See, I learned all that from Excuse me. I think that was one day. That was one night, honestly, of reading, which isn't a lot, but it's more than I would have spent last year or 6 months ago. I hate reading, and y'all who know me know I hate freaking reading. So for me to take a month just to read and educate myself is crazy. But I know so much more stuff, and I'm glad I freaking did it. Go learn something, please. Go learn something. If there's anything I could tell people that I will make sure my son knows or my daughter, you need to learn things. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if it sucks. I don't care if you have to put something aside. You need to learn something. I'm not going to force you, because when you have to force it, you either do it too much and you get obsessed, or you don't really learn. You have to be willing to do it on your own, or you don't really learn. I felt pressured. Well, no, I didn't. I jumped into learning a little bit because it started with finances, and then I went down it started with finances on a YouTube video, and then it ended up turning and spiraling. So I'm in a fire hole thing right now, as y'all can tell. But I just wanted to encourage y'all and say to learn more things. Knowledge is power. I don't care if y'all knew this when you clicked on the video. I'm sharing my testimony and my testament, and that's what it is. And period. Okay. That's it. That's what I wanted to talk about. Knowledge is power. Go read something. And I'm not talking about just like reading like books about like romance or being stuck in the wilderness with a freaking hatchet. I've made that up. I don't remember what that book was about. Freaking hatchet. I had to read that to go into the 6th grade, and I still have that freaking book, and I'll never read it again. Probably. I might. Look at me saying I might just because I read a bunch of articles. I might pick up a real book, but it would have to be for learning purposes first. Look at me thinking about reading a book. I'm telling y'all, man, learn something. Learn freaking something. That notification made me give me an idea for the next video. But that's it. Go read. Go learn something. You'll be glad you did. I hope so. And if you're not glad you read what you read the wrong thing, probably. Hashtag not sponsored, but go to RamseySolutions.com and check out their articles for investing, real estate, job stuff, insurance. Like, if you're about to be a young adult, I really encourage you to go read that stuff, because they break it down for you. There's some things they push you to do more because, you know, they're a brand. They got to push some stuff. But generally, they tell you what's up. And they break it down, bro. What is a premium? What is a deductible? Each of these articles, they break it down. And they all connect to each other because there's links in each of the things. And you can click it and it'll bring you to a new article that you could read about, like, what that thing is you clicked on, or something relevant to it or something. That's how I came down this month down rabbit hole of reading, because every single time I click on something, it's something different. I'm like, but I should read that. Some stuff I did skip. I could probably still be reading right now, but I did skip some stuff because I'm like, this does not apply to me and I don't care enough to know. I could have kept reading though, but I have other stuff I need to do. All right, not sponsored, but go to RamseySolutions.com and educate yourself, young adults, if you don't know about stuff like I didn't. I love y'all. Be humble. Don't do too much. And knowledge is power.